Hello, this is Walter from the website department, Champions Way. I'm going to show you how to embed a video onto your website. So the way we do it here is we actually upload videos to YouTube or to Vimeo, and from there we can retrieve a code or an iframe that we can then embed on the website page. This is done in order to reduce load time of your website because the video clip does not have to buffer through now. You know, if you got a 5-minute clip, that's going to take us about 12 seconds to buffer before the page will load. So, you know, people might leave in that time. So let's go ahead and upload them to YouTube first, then you can embed them on your website. So I've already uploaded my video to YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and go to YouTube, and then of course you can search for the for your channel or your video. Go ahead and open it up. Once you are on your video, there should be a share button below. Click on that for me, and you're going to notice another little section up here which will have embed. Click on embed, and you will see now the iframe that YouTube is giving you. This is the iframe that needs to go on your web page to display the video. So I'm going to go to my website, and I'm going to basically log in. Couple ways you can do that. You can basically either click the login button, or you can go right to perfectmind.com and log in that way. So you can do it either way. So today I'm just going to go right to perfectmind.com, and I'm going to just go ahead and log in. As you can see, it has now basically logged me into my website. So this is the actual, I rephrase that, it did not log me into my website, it logged me into the back end of Perfect Mind. Here we have all our Perfect Mind integration. So for instance, we have our contact management system, we have our billing system, our e-store, our planner, schedules, calendar, so forth. And under marketing, we've got website settings, which is what I'm after. So I'm going to go ahead and click on website setting and get that opened up. Now, I'm going to go back to my website because what I want to do is I want to find the page where I'm going to embed my video. So it's a children's page, so I can either get to it by the programs drop down, or I can go to the feature program button and click on it. So I'm doing this to retrieve the address of my page. So I can see it's under programs and then kids. Programs is the actual app suite where that page is. So if I go into setup, I'm going to go to organize pages. Now because I know that my page is in the programs app suite, I'm going back into setup, and I'm going to look for programs. Here it is. And now you can see that kids is the page. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit because I want to actually edit the actual page. And now, as you can see, my web page now is in edit mode. So if I scroll to the bottom of my page, you can see I can either go into design or HTML mode. So HTML mode would just be the whole code, but design view will give you the design of the page. Alright, so what I want to do now is I want to basically embed my video. So just to give you a quick view of what I'm talking about, this is the actual web page in question. So what I want to do is I want to place a video right at the bottom of the page here. So let's go back into setup, and now what I'm going to do is after the last sentence, I'm going to go ahead and place my a little tag to know where I'm looking at. So and the reason I know it's here is because if I go back into kids page, you're going to notice that I've got the opt-in form, and below that I've got my programs and my different buttons. So if I'm looking at my setup page, the design view doesn't show you the page 100% correctly. Excuse me, I just clicked the wrong button there. Go back into programs and then to kids and click edit. So as I was saying, the design view doesn't show you 100% of what the actual design looks like. So this is my website in design mode, but if I go into the actual web page, you'll see that I do have the sidebar, which in edit mode, you don't see that. You actually see the verbiage, which is this. That's your sidebar. And the reason I can tell is because it says form, homepage sign up. The form is referring to this pink box, book your free intro class. So the form, colon, the name is going to be the sign in or opt-in form. So I know that my content ends here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and basically hit the enter key twice, so I got some space in between. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just type in video. Oops. And this now is letting me know that this is where I want to embed my video. Because what's going to happen is the video has to be embedded into HTML. So remember, we already got the video iframe, so we're going back to my tab for the video, which is YouTube. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this code. So I right-clicked and I copied it. You can also do Control the letter C, of course, simultaneously, and it will also copy it to the clipboard. So I've got my code. I'm going to go back into my tab, the setup page, or the design view. Now here I can see video, but I can't just basically highlight here, right click and paste over top of it. I have to do it within HTML. So what I'm going to do is go into HTML. As you can see, it's a whole bunch of jargon here that I'm not familiar with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control F, and what this will do is open up the search find in my browser. So here what I'm going to do is type in video. As you can see, the word video now is highlighted in green. So this is what my marker that I added in design view, so I can then find it in HTML. So now all I have to do is I can highlight video, and then I'm going to right click and paste it. Now I have my video in here. So if we were to go back to design view quickly, you'll be able to see that the video is embedded on the page. Now before we save this, we want to make sure that we understand what's going on. So this web page is responsive, meaning if I resize that page, everything inside of the page will readjust itself and format itself vertically rather than from left to right. So the video has to do the same thing. Now I'm going to go back into HTML to show you something. Here's the iframe with the video that I took from YouTube. As you can see, it gives us a height and a width. Now, the biggest monitor, or excuse me, the biggest screen size on a mobile device would be 300 pixels. So if your width exceeds that amount, you know that when anybody pulls up this page on their mobile, it will basically be broken because they're going to have to scroll from left to right, up and down to be able to see this video. So what I do is I basically am going to change the width here to 100%. This means that regardless of what screen size I'm on, the video will expand or decrease itself to fit 100% of that screen size. So if I go to design view now, you're going to notice that the video is going to be a lot bigger across the whole screen because my monitor is, 1020 by 720 resolution. So it's basically adjusting itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this now. And I have a save page. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my web page and I'm going to refresh it. Now as you can see, I refresh my page. Now, voila, you can see the video. It's 100% of my screen size, which is actually the div that I placed it inside of, or the container. It's 100% of that container, not of your whole screen. Because your web page consists of a right container and a left container. The left container holds all the content area. The right container holds the opt-in form and the 4 little program buttons on the right here. So that is what it's doing. So now if I were to resize this window, you'll be able to see that it will resize itself automatically, and the actual video will basically scale down accordingly. So all you have to remember is to change your width to 100%, and you have a video that will resize itself according to screen. I hope this worked. If you have any questions, you can always basically reach us at 877-774-54